Alrighty. Finally, today, I'm going to start the Libra of Soul mode for SoulCalibur 6. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Let's go. What do we got here? Yeah. We're all set. Cool, we can do a whole bunch of new games here. Alright. Playtime, that's updated, blah blah blah. Here we go.
The ray of light from the evil seed pierced the sky, its glow reaching as far as India.
India.
And here we find another person whose fate was entwined with the two swords.
Oh, hold on.
Consumed by the evil seed, yet still with presence of mind. A link between chaos and this world. You are quite the interesting one. Still, you will eventually succumb to the chaos, unless you engrave a clear image of yourself onto your soul.
A clear image of myself, huh? Create a character by selecting race, body type, weapons, and moolah. All these settings can be changed later. Human. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my regular human. I'm a bit bored. Alright. Male face. Adventurous youth. Alright. Want to make me, basically. Closest thing to me, at least. This looks like my hairstyle, but I like this one more. Yeah, there we go. Trying to kind of replicate my own appearance the best I can. I guess that'll work. Adventurous youth.
Let's go!
I am beautiful.
Weaklings must taste...
I won't hold back. I can't run away. I won't hold back. This
You will die. This should be a good fight. This fight will be a pleasure.
What would be
Why
my
do you
most favorite
choose
voice
to
for
fight?
myself?
I can see the fear in your eyes. Let's go.
I am beautiful.
Weaklings!
Let's
go. I can see the fear. Why do you choose? This fight will be a pleasure. This should be a good... This should be a good fight. 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 This should be a good fight.
There we go.
This should be a good fight. This should be a good fight.
This should be a good
This
fight.
should be a good fight. This should be a good fight. This should be a...
You will die. I won't hold back. I can't.
This should be a... Why do you choose?
I can see the.
Let's go.
Weakling. Well, guess I gotta clobber you. Weakling.
Let's go.
I can see.
This should be a good fight. 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 This should be a good fight.
Let's see.
This should be a good fight.
There we go. Edit color. Finish editing. Oh, looks like I can only edit this skin color and stuff now. Well, do what I gotta do. There we go. That is that. Except I gotta change my eye color. That is about right on my eye color. It's like a hazel color. My eye color is like a hazel color. I'm trying to make like a OC of myself. That should be good. Alright, and that's about all I can do. I wish I could edit my armor color and all that, but looks like I can't.
This should be a good fight. This should be a good fight. This should be a good fight. This fight will be a... Why do you choose?
I can see the fear in your eyes.
Let's go.
I can see the fear in your eyes. I can see the fear in your eyes.
Let's see.
I can see the fear in your eyes.
I can see the...
What? This should be a good fight. 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 This should be a good fight.
There we go.
This should be a good fight.
Alright. That should be all. I'll put on 10 for everything. I'm not that ripped, of course. And average. Yeah, I'll just keep it like that. There we go. Alright. Here we are. Ironically enough, this is actually a pretty nice outfit. Alright. Here we go. Oh, right. I get to select my weapon. Mitsurugi. Select a weapon for your character to use in the beginning. Oh, cool. So I can actually change styles as I go on. Oh, that's kind of cool. Most of the time, I'm probably just gonna stick to one style, or at least have like meet Tsurugi and Raphael for most of them. But yeah, I'll stick with the Mitsurugi. Because Mitsurugi's my boy. And character name, the most unoriginal thing imaginable. Katie! Yay! That is that. That's crazy how much it actually looks like me, though. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm so excited to do this mode finally. Yeah.
If you can keep a hold of who you are, you will be able to stave off the chaos.
Chaos.
Now arise. Take up your weapon and fight. Your life depends on it.
Does it now? Convergence. Journey's Dawn. Explore surrounding area. You cannot use this feature yet. Style, Mitsurugi. Weapon, Hide and Shadow level 1. Gold, no gold. Prologue 1584. Convergence. Journey's Dawn. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Oh hey, my character can speak. Maybe. When I woke up, my head was pounding. Maybe it was the nightmare I'd had, but I could barely catch my breath and stop shaking. This is really tiny text.
You're finally awake. It seems you had quite the nightmare.
A man in a hood stood at my side. His appearance suggested someone quiet but strong-willed.
My name is SoulCalibur, and I know what's happened to you. You were greatly affected by the evil seed. You escaped becoming a Malfested, but I'm afraid you may not escape death.
Ask about the evil seed, ask about the Malfested, ask about your nightmare and the headache. Do not ask anything. I'm going to ask about the evil seed.
It is a great evil that burst forth from Western Europe as a torrent of light and rained down around the world.
Okay, cool. I can ask about a multitude of things. Alright, let's ask about the Malfested then.
They are beings whose bodies and minds have been twisted by evil. Symptoms vary, but some are known to become monsters. Many Malfested lose all sense of reason, become violent and attack people. Luckily for you, fate puts you on a different path.
Ask about your nightmare and the headache.
Your body does not appear to have been altered by the evil seed. However, it seems to have affected your soul, linking it to what is called the astral chaos. The astral chaos is a curious realm where great powers collide. In time, it will consume your soul, resulting in your death. Your nightmare and headache are a sign of what is to come. I do not ask anything. If you wish to continue living, come with me. I will teach you how to extend your life. The area next to Journey's Dawn is the Dojo of Drona. A martial arts master. Here you can play the battle tutorial for SoulCalibur 6. Visit Drona's dojo to train before starting your adventure. You can move from your current location to any location you have previously visited by pressing change location to open a list of available locations. If you want to play the battle tutorial, choose Drona's dojo. Well, I already know everything there is to know about this game, so let's go back to the Astral Fissure. The Astral Fissure. If what SoulCalibur had told me was true, and there was a way to extend my life, I had to try it. I pursued him through a forest, but what lay ahead was a fate I could never have conceived. Select food. Bird changes. Start the match. The air was stifling, and each step forward required an immense amount of effort. SoulCalibur, however, seemed to proceed unfazed. Eventually, my eyes were greeted by something beyond my own imagination. That is an astral fissure. A rip in space and time. It is caused by the great power that flows through the earth and the evil dispersed by the evil seed. To continue living, you will need to obtain the power of the astral fissure. Naturally, it is easier said than done. Astral fissures exude a massive amount of force that will either destroy anyone weak who dares approach it, or turn them into a malfested. However, when someone with great power approaches, a flash of light will bring with it a visitor. Roar! Don't just sit there surprised. It looks like you've got a fight on your hands. Roar! Alrighty then, Malfested come to play. Here we go then.
Battle 1. Fight!
There we go.
Battle 2. Fight!
Perfect! Yeah. Alright, not bad. The attacker burst into particles of light that soon faded. Those freakish warriors, berserkers, appear when the strong approach an astral fissure, perhaps in response to their power. Berserkers come from the memories of warriors who sought strength. To defeat them, you simply must be stronger. There is no other way. However, you can obtain phenomenal power from the fissure, which will enable you to continue living and provide resistance to astral chaos's attempts to devour your soul. If you can withstand the astral chaos, you will no longer have to fear for your life. Now claim your power from the astral fissure. Encouraged by SoulCalibur, I thrust my arms into the astral fissure. A surge of light burst forth, flowing through my arms and into my body. My heart pounded as my body began burning feverishly. Set. As long as the scattered evil and the Earth's power remain, astral fissures will continue to appear. I hear that there is another astral fish on the outskirts of a village to the southeast. That is all I can tell you. Before you go, take this. It's also revealed a set of scales, on top of which floated one blue flame and one red flame. These are spirit scales, otherwise known as the Libra of Soul. Take them. Your body is overflowing with energy from the astral chaos. It is the power of chaos and of order. The state of your soul will determine which power you draw from. These scales will reveal to you which way your soul is leading. It should help you to maintain control. Now you must embark on a journey to save your life. So long.
Your soul surges in your body.
Yay! Leveled up 3 times just from that one mission. Yay! Now what? Chapter 1. The journey begins. The Blades of Fate. Is there anything? Nah. I was just checking. Eastern coastal plains of India. The Blades of Fate. Mission log. Items. Don't have any items. Don't have any mercenaries. Change your name, gender, or appearance. The Blades of Fate. I opened my eyes to an impossible sight. I was floating in a vast space. The ground was nowhere to be seen, and the sky stretched on into infinity. Ruined chunks of masonry floated nearby, a broken pillar from a temple, a half-collapsed house, a fallen tower, structures of every shape and size from every corner of the globe. The center of it all was an enormous whirlpool of light. I watched as a colossal building was drawn into it, bricks ripping from the mortar and accelerating into the brilliant glow. A piece of rubble made contact and disappeared in utter silence. The light captivated me with its beauty. Excuse me. At the same time, it filled my heart with dread. Little by little, that terrible light was drawing me in. Struggle as I might, I could not break free of its inexorable grasp. I don't know if I said that right. Slowly, ever so slowly, the distance between us shrank. Maybe it was destiny for my soul to become entwined with the astral chaos. But I will not submit to destiny and allow myself to be consumed by the bright hairbringer of death. I need strength, the strength to defy my fate. The light drew near when suddenly 2 swords appeared before me. As I reached out to grasp the floating blades, a voice broke the silence. Those who desire strength must make a choice. If you value freedom and wish for the power to pursue your own path, choose the golden sword. If you honor the virtues of harmony and reason and wish for the power to bring order to a chaotic world, choose the azure sword. Reach for the golden sword, reach for the azure sword. Azure sword appears to be the good one, so... And I'm going on the good path, so... I'm going for the azure sword. I grasped the azure sword and felt a wave of peace wash over me. My mind tranquil, my senses sharp. I raised the blade high, then struck a swift blow at the swirling light.
Your soul resonates with the light.
Yay! The scales have tipped toward good. That's how I plan on doing this. I plan on doing like a good playthrough of this and an evil playthrough of it. And I'm gonna do good first. During your journey, you will sometimes find yourself faced with momentous decisions that can change your fate. These choices affect the game's story and alter the balance of the spirit scales, a mystical artifact that reflects the state of your soul. You may even unlock hidden missions depending on how the scales were tipped. Partners in crime. I fought my nightmare with every fiber of my being when out of nowhere came a voice that would lead me back to reality. Hey you okay? Maxie! Yay, Maxie! You want to be careful swinging your weapon around like that by yourself. Have you maybe had a few too many drinks? Barely conscious, I couldn't tell if the nightmare had ended. A shadow of what looked like an enemy waving in front of me, one that seemed robust, strong, and armed. I readied my weapon. My only escape from this nightmare was to fight. Easy there, I'm not looking for a fight. Well, it looks like I got no choice. Oh cool, I get to fight Maxie. Start out. Well, technically, first fight was against a random Malfested guy, but right away we get to fight SoulCalibur OG. SoulCalibur vet. You should hunt himself below 7 minutes away. Oh, I missed. I gotcha. Woo! You back to your senses? It wasn't a nightmare. I'd been fighting for real. When I came to, a friendly yet somewhat heroic-looking man was standing before me. Name's Maxie. What do you go by? I told Maxie my name. Hey, nice name. Don't worry, I ain't gonna steal all your possessions or anything. Not like how his little facial expression changed. You know you've got skills, but as an apology for attacking me out of nowhere, how about listening to what I gotta say? Nothing bad, just a job offer. According to Maxie, the residents of a nearby village suddenly vanished one day. At the same time, a mysterious hole formed nearby, from which strange creatures had started to emerge. The village head believed it was these creatures who had attacked the villagers, and ordered they be found and exterminated. I know how to handle myself, so I agreed to help, but they wanted me to take care of the hole as well as the creatures. Right when I was thinking I needed some help, I ran into you. The reward's juicier than a rare steak. How's a 50-50 split sound? The mysterious hole sounded a lot like an astral fissure. When I asked Maxie where it was, he pointed towards the direction I was heading. I decided to accept his offer. Alright then, let's do this, partner. With a self-assured grin, he extended his hand. In the spirit of solidarity, I grasped it firmly. Maxie, SOB. See, 130 XP, 4 XP, 500 reward money. Huzzah! Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, that must be the astral fissure. Is there anything in those, surrounding area? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, that's me. The campsite. As someone who had traveled the world, Maxie had a lot of stories to tell on our journey. All I hear nowadays is crazy talk. To the west of the continent, some lord suddenly went nuts. In another town, there was a massacre that wiped out the entire population, but nobody knows who or what caused it. Even we were attacked once by a bunch of creeps with red eyes. Yo, my buddy Far From Nasty, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Back for some more SoulCalibur. SoulCalibur 6. Finally tackling that Libra of Soul mode. And I'm going down the path of good. Gonna try to, at least. Maxie was the captain of a pirate crew who was venturing around the globe, yet he didn't speak in an aggressive or threatening tone. You know, I forgot to ask. What's giving you the travel bug, Katie? Wary of saying too much, I mentioned there was something I needed to take care of at the astral fissure created by the evil seed. Never heard of it. Some of my crew might know something, though. I'll ask around. Man, I'm beat. I'm gonna turn in for the day. See you bright and early tomorrow. Hello, all challengers joining. Welcome to the stream. SoulCalibur time. My phone is just all sorts of buggy right now. I'm gonna try it again. 1 4 9 1 2 1. Ah, forget it. I woke up with a splitting headache, the remnants of the nightmare flickering in my mind. What's up? You were calling out in your sleep. Here, drink up. I thanked Maxie and told him it was nothing. My headache had subsided, but I wasn't going to be getting any more sleep. I get it. Alright. Huron. I guess that's how you say it. Yeah, I made my own character for this. Pretty much a version of myself. I didn't actually put that armor on him, by the way. That armor is there at the start. They make you wear that. But I did customize his looks. Anyway, during my time with Maxie, we came across a friendly young man who said he shared the same goal as us and had a proposal. Suddenly I heard a voice behind me. When I turned, there was a young man standing with a smile on his face. He gave us a small nod. Greetings. Yeah, I assume you're also heading through this forest on a mission to hunt monsters? Yeah, we are. You too? Yes, my name is Huron. I heard there were others who accepted this mission, so I thought I would introduce myself. I see. I'm Maxie. This is my partner in crime, Katie. I have a suggestion. How about we join forces? While I signed up for this mission, my intent was only to save those in trouble. I have no problem with splitting the reward with you. Sounds like a plan, but I'm gonna have to test your skills first. You game? Yes, of course. Let us begin. Yay! We met a friendly face, and we're gonna kick his booty. Here we go. Tried to make the guy kind of sort of sound like me.
Show me what you got. Battle 2. Fight.
Oh man. Yeah, there we go. Woo! I suppose at some point I'll be able to change my appearance a bit more, like change the armor and all that. But we'll see. You win. I must say, your aggressive style is impressive. You're not so bad yourself. Where'd you pick up those staff skills? At Ling Shang Su alongside my brother. To be honest, I thought I'd fare better against you. Nah, you did good. Felt like it should be me asking you to join forces. You're with me, right, Katie? Shake your head. Nah, nod. We're playing the nice guy for this run-through of this mode. Then it's settled. Ho-Ron, you're on the team. Welcome aboard. Thank you. As a sign of our new friendship, how about one of Ling Shang Su's famous cakes? No one should fight on an empty stomach. Deal me in. Come on, Katie. Dig it. Man, all of a sudden it's taking a long time for me to level up. Oran's Mooncake. Food. Saw Halloween tonight. Ah, cool. How was it? How was the movie? How was the new Halloween? You acquired some food. Food has many different effects on missions and can carry you to victory in battle. Before a mission, pressing square, select food will let you choose which food to use. Be sure to eat heartily while on missions. Yawn. Sorry. Low qualifiers. Health recovery every 1.5 seconds. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. I won't need that right now, though. I'll save it. Let's see. We don't have a mercenary. Oh, do we? No, we don't. A group of men stood blocking your path. They claimed to be part of an organization called the Qualifiers and were clearly not here to make friends. It was better than I expected, but it didn't feel like a classic Michael Myers movie. Well, I haven't seen all those movies, so I wouldn't know. I did see the original, though. Of course. Saw it. Watched it for the first time last night. It was cool. But what it was. Stop right there. What are you doing here? We qualifiers watch over the area ahead. Those without permission to proceed will be turned away. Qualifiers? I've heard the name from some rumors going around recently. Something about saving humanity. Quit babbling and get out of here already. We're only here to hunt monsters. If we share the same mission, it would benefit us all to work to... You think I was born yesterday? I'm just trying to get to the Astral Fisher. That's Lord Aswell's, and I'll be damned if you get in his way. I just love how my guy only speaks in like an exclamation point. Astral Fisher, isn't that the thing you were talking about? KD? KD question mark exclamation point? I knew it, Daniel. These ruffians are trying to disrupt Lord Aswell's plans. We should kill them before he arrives. Very to the man ready his work. Hold it, Voltro. You would hate for us to fight other people. The man let out a deep sigh and with his blade pointed at us continued to talk. We don't want any trouble, just leave. It's for all our sakes if you get me. Looks like they're not budging. That just means we can skip to the good bit. Quit whispering. I, Voltro, will slay all those who stand in Lord Aswell's way. Is audio good, by the way? I think it should be good again, but I'm always asking. Obligatory audio is good question. Oh, we got two of them. Of course. good audio again. Yay. KO. The agenda looks okay, always got patience now. Yay! I win! Huh. I think it's better if we stand down, Paltrow. Let's go. Damn you to hell. Next time we meet, you won't escape my blade. Going by what they said, it would seem Lord Aswell hasn't arrived yet. Let's head over before things start to get messy. I'm gonna check something right quick. One sec. One sec, y'all. What's this? I'm just checking something. Oh. It should be on. Hold on a minute. Let me check. Here we go. This. Bear with me, folks. Just checking something. Just checking. Alright. Alright, should be there. We're all set. We should be good. Check bodies activated. Modules should be on. It's enabled. Check command should be enabled. Yeah. Armor should be enabled too. Alright. My apologies for not being around, but I'm back. I was just checking something. Ooh, got a new item. The two-handed sword. Sweetness. You acquired a weapon. To equip weapons you've gathered, access the weapon list in the player menu. New weapons can have benefits such as improved attack power, critical rate, and bonuses. Use every tool in your arsenal to overcome the foes who stand in your path. Weapons you acquire have level restrictions. You cannot equip weapons that have a higher level than your character. To equip stronger weapons, you'll need to raise your character's level by completing missions. Some food and weapons come with bonuses that help you in battle, such as combo damage plus 10% and health plus 10%. Some bonuses require that certain conditions be met to activate them. These conditions are written in blue. Or written in blue. Examples of bonus activation conditions: on GI when a guard impact hits, on SC when a soul charge is activated, during SC while soul charge, On CE when a critical edge hits. On RE when a reversal edge is launched. On RE hit when a reversal edge hits. On RE follow-up hit when a reversal edge follow-up attack hits. Okay, that's pretty neat. Staring into the abyss. 4:30. Stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock. Solve world hunger. Tell no one. Alright, I'm gonna put this. I know I could mix things up and go with a different style, but I'm probably mostly going to stick to Mitsurugi for most of this one. And then maybe when I do the evil path, I'll stick with like Raphael, because Raphael is my other main guy. With the Raphael style. Here we go. Staring into the abyss. Berserker level 8. Astral Fisher was waiting for us when we reached our destination. I had to take care of it, and the evil had spawned quickly. It's fun being evil, lol. Yeah, well, I'll do that later. First, I'm gonna do the good side, and then do the evil side, because it says my missions change depending on if I'm good or evil, and I always choose to be the good guy first, and then do the evil thing when it comes to like games that give you that option to be good or evil. Vertical attacks do more damage for both you and your opponents. Defeat all opponents. Alright, here we go then. Power surging from the deep fissure oppressed the entire area, swallowing up even the surrounding sound. That is the hole they were talking about? Give me a break. That ain't just any hole. How troubling. It is certainly beyond our ability to handle. Poor Horon looks like he's about to cry. Look at him. Also, he reminds me of the Apprentice from Star Wars. Like Star Killer. He looks so similar to him. Hey partner, is that what you were looking for? I nodded. Maxie shook his head in resignation. Sounds like the rumors about monsters appearing were true. Purple! With a burst of light, a warrior appeared from the astral fissure, let out an earth-shaking roar as it readied its weapon. Grr! Gar! Great, I knew this wasn't gonna be easy. Gwah! For anybody just joining, welcome to the stream. It's SoulCalibur 6, the Libra of Soul mode. I'm going down the path of righteousness. But for those of you who enjoy being evil, like my good buddy Pop Messy, rest assured I eventually will be doing a evil version of this raid. But first, good. Oh man, that's oh, I think there's missing something. Every villain is Lemons. Yeah. Otherwise known as evil.
Battle 2. Fight!
Why am I asking you all these questions? Mermaid Man, where are you? I'm right here. Oh, darn. No, you don't. Abby, again. What happened? The fallen warrior burst into light that soon faded. We done? Jeez, what was that all about? The creature appeared to be human, but it left no trace of its existence as though it were a phantom. I'm pretty sure the marks on my body count as traces. Okay, so what about this hole? Staring into the seemingly eternal blackness, I thrust both of my hands into the fissure. Hey, what are you doing? The hole just finished. What the hell did you do? I told Maxie and Hogan everything. I don't know if that's how you say his name. By the way, maybe it's Howard, maybe, I don't know. After a long pause, Maxie gave a slight nod. Okay, well, I got no reason to doubt you after what I just saw. Agreed. I've seen some bizarre things in my life, but nothing like that. How you feeling? Mission's done, so you may as well rest up here while I check to see if the road's safe. I'll go replenish our water supply. Katie, some sweets should help. Should help perk you up. Help yourself. There we go. There's the stream elements kicking in.
In your body.
Ooh, I leveled up twice. Leveled up 3 times. So apparently when you complete like big story missions like that, or like get an astral fissure or something, that's when you get all the level up, because I wasn't really leveling up that much before that. Ghee and wheat sweets. High quality ×1. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Health recovery every 5 seconds. Reversal edge follow-up hits. Albert. I don't need no such food right now.
The Man in Black.
Which I assume is Bro. I was resting after absorbing the astral fissure when I heard footsteps approaching. Moments later, a group of people dressed in black appeared. Ooh, sorry. Here we go. The astral fissure is gone. I think I spy the culprit. What happened here? Whoops, wrong button. I do not know. However, something feels off. Tan Man. I like how it's called Tan Man. The almighty righteous Tan Man, and a woman with an intense gaze. It may be something in their possession. We must deal with this at once. You stay back. So we got Man in Black, Tan Man, and Woman with Intense Gaze. As the Man in Black readied his weapon, a chill ran down my spine, and I felt a rush of bloodlust. I do not know what you are, but I know you possess unnatural power. Show it to me if you dare. Bro.
Your existence is
Is it now? It says you.
I'm not going to win like this.
See that? Yeah. Boy, you didn't put up much of a fight there, girl. Not bad. The man relaxed his stance and put away his weapon, causing a stir amongst his allies. Are you certain? Is it really wise to let an outsider get away? I have obtained all the information I need. Ask him who he is. Ask him why he attacked. Let's ask him who he is. dot dot dot. Nice to meet you, dot dot dot. I'm KD. Hey, what's going on? Fall back. Sir. Sir? Maxie ran over and stared hard at me before speaking. You okay? What was their deal? And what was with the weird getup? Horan. I don't know. I'll just call him Horan. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I'm calling him Horan. And he also realized something was wrong. I found some water. Did something happen while I was gone? Yeah, Katie was attacked by some freaky group. A freaky group? Like bandits? They didn't look like bandits. At least everyone's safe. I think our way ahead's safe, but we should stay alert. Those freaks may come back.
Your soul surges in your body.
Woo! Level 8. Chapter 2, Spirit Scales. Greetings and farewells. Daka shop and currency exchange. We're fighting a naked man, apparently. Both greetings and farewells were to be found in Daka, where Maxie's employer awaited us. The opponents moved more quickly to defeat them all. Forgive me, but this is where I must take my leave. He looks like he's about to cry again. Where are you off to in such a rush? I have heard rumors of strange happenings in my hometown of Yangguang. My brother is still there, and I worry for his safety. That's too bad, but I get it. It's been short, but a whole lot of fun. Take care. Safe journey for you, too. Farewell. With a bright smile and small bow, Hogan left. Good, now I can stop potentially mispronouncing his name. But he was a nice guy. I'm gonna miss him. KD, I have to report to my employer. You're going right by my ship. Yeah, I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen while you're gone. Hit the docks and you can't miss it. I'll give you your cut of the reward there. See ya. Huh? Who are you? What do you want? Man from Maxie's crew. Tell them Maxie said to wait for him here. Tell them you came here to crush Maxie. Tell them Maxie said. What's going on? What's going on? I can't see anything. My eyes are closed. Oh hey, Kayam. This weirdo just turned up. Says he's got business with Maxie. That's it. I guess that means Maxie trusts him. Looks that way. If the captain likes you, he must be pretty tough. So how's about you show us how tough? Here's about you show us. That guy is ripped. Easy work. Lol. That guy is also ripped. Man, I'd love to be a part of Max's crew. Get physiques like they do. Honest. Alright, one more. Okay, this guy's actually wearing some kind of shirt. I mean, he's still exposing his pecs. Perfect. I'm sure these fights are going to get more difficult soon enough. It is only a matter of time. Yeah, I hardly didn't get anything. It's like every other fight, I get a lot of XP. Maxie and his crew. That was a fun show, matey. Hey, I'm back. Where's the warm welcome for you? Where's the warm welcome for you, Captain? Welcome back, brother. You're out of solid words. So what's the story with this landlubber? Oh, no. Why y'all talking with stereotypical pirate words for now? This crew is my savior. We gotta thank KD here for making sure our employer is happy. What I said about looking before you leap, Maxie, remember what happened last time? Oh, quit your belly aching. It all worked out in the end, didn't it? Harsh words aside, Kayam didn't really seem angry. He must be used to Maxie's flights of fancy by now. So you know my crew's my family. They look rough, but they're a good bunch. You said you were looking for a thing in Ashton Fisher. As a man of my word, I'll help you. There you go again, leaping before you go looking. Bah, so what's this Ashton Fisher business anyway? I'll tell you once everyone's here. I need the whole crew on board with this. Here's your share of the bounty, by the way. Maxie handed me a bag of gold coins. How much? It's gonna take a while to get ready, so do what you gotta do in that time. This town's got a lot of shops and some great places to eat. Why not check them out? You can now access shops in Dhaka, where you can buy goods and exchange currency. General shop, exchange gold for food and weapons. Currency exchange, exchange gold. And SoulCalibur 6 is universal currency, soul points. SoulCalibur 6 has 3 types of currency, gold and soul points. Gold is saved in individual Libra of Soul data slots and cannot be used in other modes. You get more from the currency exchange as needed. Gold, used only in Libra of Soul. Soul points, the universal currency for SoulCalibur 6, used to unlock features in the museum, etc. Emily. Merchants of the Wetlands, guard duty. Let's see what we got in the shop here. Damascus blade. Emerald Nimbus, Padre Cerebrus, Gladiatrix, Large Tachi, Proxy, Honey Rod, Baldhe, S-Talk. I'm gonna purchase this. I thought I already did. Okay, there we go. That was a bit weird. Alright. Creamy green tea. Encounter rate. I don't know what that means. I'll look at the soul gauge increase. Let's just load. Can I do anything else? Creation. Okay, so I can't. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I can give my guy new stuff. Alright, let's edit this bit. I'll stick with chainmail. Nah. I'm gonna give myself a top hat. Or a horse head. Love the top hat. That's a keeper. Let's see. What do I have to do? I got nothing. Breastplate. Ringu Curate Carres. White Knight Breastplate. Oh, that's neat. Alright. Cropped pants. Sword Demon Leg Guards. Agency Slacks. All the ones I have provided? Oh yeah, those. Steel Greaves, there we go. And let's see. I promise not to spend too much time on this. I know y'all want me to probably get back. Look at the destruction necklace. I tell too well. Silver gauntlets. It's a nice chest piece. Thank you. Actually, I'm gonna equip this, the Truth Seeker gauntlets. Now I have the Infinity Gauntlet. The space stove. Look how ridiculous this looks. I'll make myself look kind of awesome and also kind of ridiculous. Let's give myself some horse legs. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was just gonna show that that's a thing, just for the heck of it. that looks so funny. You know what? Nah, I'll stick with the goat legs. That's hilarious. Alright. Colors. As same as always. Hassan's gone too far. I know just what to make. Nah, never mind. I won't go too crazy. Let's see. There we go. Making most of my colors green because green is my jam. I love me the color green. There we go. I think green and gray make a good color combo, in my opinion. There we go. So that's and you know what? That looks pretty cool. I don't care what anybody says. That looks cool. Me and my goat legs. Horse leprechaun thing. When I make my character for the evil playthrough, I'll make him look more evil. That's actually a nice color for that. I'll do that. I could do patterns for all this, but I think I thought, ooh. I like that. Green and black. I also think green and black make a good color combo too. Alright, what is this for again? Oh, that's for that. Keep it as is. Wait a minute. White Knight Fog. Oh my. White Knight Breastplate. Okay, it's that. Scaled Ford. Redemption Ford. Let's see what happens. Maybe something else. Why not? Alright. Won't be long. Sorry to interrupt the proceedings. Alright, hold on. What color was this? 1624-4. I won't do that. We'll just, and yeah. It's a little bit of a mismatch, but I don't care. I think it looks pretty sweet. And now to customize the Infinity Gauntlet. Ooh, I know just what pattern to give this. Oh, it doesn't that don't work out as much as I wanted it to. Forget it. Just remove the pattern. There we go. And ooh. Actually, that looks pretty cool. Oh, wait a minute, what? Oh, I get it. Okay, never mind. Customize one and then customize the other. Alright. In that case, I get it, it's like red and blue. That's actually pretty cool, I like that. Okay, hold on, what color is this? 0194. I'll make it the same. 0194, there we go. Alright, now for the shoulder blades. Look at my goat legs. Rainbow goat legs with spider webs. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Don't even need to do anything else. Yeah. That is a warrior, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, this song is kind of like stuck in my head now. I've actually, since the last time I streamed this, I've been a little busy making more characters, which I'm gonna show off in a later stream. I think I'll just make this a bit darker. There we go. No. I keep second guessing myself with these shoulder pads. There we go. That looks cool. Alright. A little bit of silly to it, but a little bit of awesomeness to it. I think it's a success. Let's go back. Alright. Merchants of the Wetlands, the Daka Shop. Daka, a city of trade and commerce located a short distance upriver from the harbor. It wasn't that well known yet among travelers, but it was startling to carve a name for itself as a key point on the east-west trade routes. I wandered aimlessly through crowded streets where the hustle and bustle seemed to never cease. Visit the market, head to the trading house, return to the docks. Let's visit the market. As I explored the busy market, I picked out a woman's clear voice through the clamor. Hey, you remember those rumors about demons in the village near here? The ones that started about a year ago, right? They frightened me something awful. I heard all the demons have been taken care of for good. Really? It's true, I bet we have the qualifiers to thank for that. High-spirited woman and calm woman. Are you still obsessed with them? You need to get your priorities straight. Come on, slowpoke. Hey, wait up. That high-spirited woman looked kind of like Shaolin from Paladins. As they disappeared from view, I tried to recall where I'd heard about the qualifiers before. Then it hit me. They were the ones I fought by the Astral Fissure. There you are. Been looking for you. Captain's got something y'all want to hear. I followed Maxie's crew member back to the ship. You heard of Yangguang? It's a port in Maine. Recently, no one's been able to get in or out of the port there, I heard. The info came from a reliable source. They say the place is covered in a red mist, and it might have had something to do with an epidemic or something. Been a lot of trouble with crime there, too. Hogran said something strange was going on in Yangguang. Judging by what we found out, there's a good chance an astral fissures appeared there. Hogran, who was probably heading straight for a milestone, thought chilled me to the bone. We'll take you to Yangguang, if you like, quicker than going by land. I gratefully accepted Maxie's offer. Once preparations were complete, we were to meet at the ship. Another. You can now explore different areas along the main route of your journey. Through exploration, you can discover missions, gain levels, and collect weapons to make your character stronger. How to explore. Choose Explore Surrounding Area from the area menu to explore. Then move the cursor with D-pad to select the area you want to explore. You may be attacked by enemies on your way to your destination. You will also not automatically heal while traveling, so efficient use of weapons and food is essential. If you are defeated, exploration will end, and all expenses will be deducted, and you will return to the area you started from. Remember to keep an eye on your health. In Libra of Soul, there are numerous other kinds of missions you can take on. Story missions, these are the main missions that revolve around the story. In these missions, you will meet and battle against many different people. Of the missions that require you to fight, those categorized as story or quest missions can be played again from the player menu. However, after you complete these missions once, each subsequent completion will only reward gold. Max's task, a little job. All aboard? Ah, I get it. I lose gold depending on how far I go. I don't have enough for this, I don't think. That is way too far away. Alright, let's see. The Priestess of the Winds. Capture the cloak thieves. Merchants of the Wetlands, guard duty. Max's task, a little job. Let's see, which one should I do? Should I do Max's task, a little job, or Merchants of the Wetlands? I guess I'll do this. The Merchant Guild in Dhaka was trying to repair a water gate, but progress was constantly being interrupted by bandits. They needed a guard, and who was I not to heed their request? Only reversal edges and their follow-up attacks are effective. Defeat all opponents. Ringhouse disabled. Interesting. Okay, then. The Bengali city of Dhaka lies on the edge of a wide tract of wetlands, while the port is lively with trade ships traveling the neighboring tributary of the great Ganges River. Development of a land route lags behind. The land route is merely a wooden path that stretches across the marshy expanse that surrounds the city. Points where it must cross a conflux of the many twisting streams and canals are hard to reach and poorly maintained, which limits traffic. First time on a wooden road, be sure to watch your footing. My client is a prominent merchant in Dhaka. The merchant guild he runs has hired me to guard over repair work on the road. The path ended abruptly at a large sandbar. It looked as though much of the I almost called that a bride. Oops. The bridge that should have been there had been washed downstream. Ugh, I didn't think the damage would be this bad. We'll get to work, everyone. Hey! Keep a sharp eye out for trouble. Everyone's scared of the bandits sent to roam this area. Flooding caused by a broken water gate last month caused trade to grind to a halt. However, brigands robbed and drove away the workers sent to repair the problem, so little progress had been made. How does it look? Well, parts of the entire road were swept away, so we'll need to bring in lumber. It'll be 10 days at the earliest. I see, I was afraid that would be the case. While I have business in the city to attend to, continue your work. Trouble came that night, not long after the merchant left. You're in search of some more easy pickings? It looked like the brigands that had been impeding the repair work had shown up. I stood against them. It was my job, after all. You're in our way, said the bandit in blue. Whew, okay, here we go. Look at my ridiculous outfit. Their reversal and follow-up attacks are only effective, but I'm still hurting him with regular attacks anyway. I love seeing him fight, lol. Thank you. I completely forgot I had goat legs, by the way. Yeah! What? Alright, 1 second, y'all. Need to refill on my cup of water here. Nice and refreshing. 2 days after I drove away the brigands, the repairs were complete and the land route opened again. However, I had a feeling that the end of this story has yet to come. Alright. Dhaka has leveled up. Leveling up towns and shops. The town has leveled up. Towns can be leveled up by assisting others via missions that become available as you progress through the story. As a town levels up, its shops will stock better merchandise and its facilities will improve. So make sure to take on missions to help others. Nice. Got anything new then? Oh, excuse me. Sheesh. Oh, we got new gold here. Uh, 32% damage delta is XP. Ooh, that's nice. This is Paradise. Alright. Maxie's task, a little job. I found Maxie in town talking to a man of rather small stature. The man was making exaggerated gestures and appeared to be asking Maxie for something. I waited for the two to end their conversation before approaching Maxie. Oh, hey, Katie. I asked him about the man who had just left. Maxie, with a somewhat troubled look on his face, began to explain. Ah, him. Sort of had a job for me. That old man's actually a pretty big deal, though you can never tell from the looks of him. He's always stuck his neck out for me, so I really want to help him out. It's just... Maxie appeared to be unsure of whether he should accept the man's request, as he had matters of his own that required attention. Seeing this, I offered my assistance. Really? That'd be great. Actually, with your help, we should be able to finish the job in no time. Alright, let's go. Explore surrounding area. Maxie's task, the truth revealed. Level 14, huh? You know what? Bring it on. Sure you want to travel the selected area? Yep. Arrived at destination. Spent 270 gold. Maxie's task, the truth revealed. Maxie had accepted a request to deal with a petty thief, or so he thought. The thief turned out to be a murderer who'd been at large for some time. Your opponent's health depletes over time, but their attacks absorb your health. Defeat them all. I wonder if this will help negate that. Let's give it a go. Your food has been set. Along the way, I asked Maxie for details on the job. The suburbs of Dhaka had always had problems with crime, but recently there had been a string of grisly murders. Unwilling to let it go on any longer, the town guard got together and tried to handle things, but apparently none of them had come back. Character customization is the best, lol. Yes, it is. It's one of the best things about any game. The old man's tearing his hair out right now, and we're worried that things will get worse now. Even though me and him know each other, I'm still kind of shocked he asked a pirate like me to take care of bandits. I guess we'd better go. Suddenly, a strange scream ran out, stopping us dead in our tracks. A figure jumped out from among the trees. Frog, prey, must kill. Heh, well look what we have here. Oh wait, these aren't the run-of-the-mill bandits. People who had appeared before us were clearly wrong. They had a strange presence about them, malevolent, glowing red eyes, and bestial snarls. So the bandits were actually malfested, huh? Explains why the guards haven't come back. We'd better be careful, Katie. Don't worry. I have a top hat and goat legs. We'll be fine. We'll be all peaches and cream. Oh yeah! Oh man, I got 2 more opponents left. This could actually be kind of tricky. Nope. Alright. Let's go. No. Sir, I do not approve. Yeah. Whew. That was actually kind of close. Yeah, it's the first time I've taken on this many malfested. You're a real lifesaver, Katie. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press square. I looked down at the men we had defeated. According to Maxie, malfested had started appearing all over the world about a year ago, wreaking havoc wherever they went. If what Zazel said before holds true, then it was possible I could have been among those malfested. Well, I guess we finished the job for now. But it'd be real bad if more malfested show up. Maybe we should let the old man know he ought to form a group of bodyguards just in case. And he better make sure they're strong. Whoever he hired would indeed need to be strong if they'd hoped to take on any malfested. I nodded in agreement, then left. search of strength. Yeah. Alright. We should be good here. Let's go. A warrior stands in your way. A bandit leaped out of nowhere to block my path. I had no choice but to fight. Alright. This might not go as smooth, but we'll see. Never mind, that went just fine. Destroy her, I did. Getting all the perfects. Indeed I am. Cinnamon, high quality, and two-handed sword level 5. Ooh. That looks like it's an evil one though. Arrived at destination. Arriving at destination. On left. Village of the Wind Deity. The Priestess of the Winds. I know exactly who this priestess is. Your opponent's attacks absorb your health. Being not to say, bud. I visited an island whose inhabitants were said to possess unusual powers. A gentle breeze caressed my face as I climbed a hill. At its peak stood Plata, her beautiful silver hair, a sight to behold. Nullify counter 50%. I think I'll be good. Let's go. I'd heard of an island home to an ancient tribe blessed with special powers. A light breeze accompanied me on my way to their village. As I climbed the hill, I cast my eyes to the top. A young girl was standing there, her face upturned to catch the sun. I called out to her, and she replied with a voice as clear as the blue sky. My name is Plata. I am a priestess of the winds in the village of the Wind Deity. Aw, missed opportunity to have Talon here instead of this girl. I know you have come from afar, but I'm afraid our village is not accepting guests at present. When I asked her why, she dropped her gaze. The last priestess of the winds has collapsed. Her life hangs by a thread. Thus, any that may stir the winds of our village must be turned away. Silence lingered in the air. To break it, I asked who this last priestess of the winds was. Our people worship the winds and have given birth to a line of priestesses blessed with special powers. I am barely fit to call myself one of them. She explained the mystical abilities of her people faded with each generation, leaving most priestesses of the winds with only a fraction of their ancestors' power. One girl, however, has been blessed with unprecedented power. She may be the last true priestess of the winds, and so we named her the last. But one day the winds from the west brought us terrible portents. And a great affliction befell the last priestess. Now she lies unconscious, wandering the ways at the brink of death. May I ask you, traveler, did you come from the west? If you know what happened, I beg you to tell me. She could only be talking of one thing, the evil seed. I explained everything I knew about it. So, is this evil seed? Even the elders said they had never sensed anything like it before. Nata looked up to the sky, her eyes troubled. After a few moments of thought, she once again dropped her gaze to look at me. Traveler, my duty here is to quell the dark spirits. Their power grows daily since that portentous day. I must remain, but it is far too dangerous for you to stay here any longer. It was then I realized the wind had ceased, and twisted beings wreathed in stagnant air were closing in on us. I readied my weapon to defend Plata. Boy, oh boy. Huge sword. Yeah. Okay. I hope I wasn't actually going to kill myself there. Cool. Woo. Thank you. You are surprisingly strong. And that power, the breeze rages around you. Are you somehow connected to the evil seed? It seems that she learned much about me during the fight. Perhaps her abilities as a priestess weren't as modest as she thought. Yet the power that flows through you is still pure, unstained by good or ill. Possibility swirls around you, yet I sense that you are not evil. No, not yet. As I said, we are unable to welcome guests at present, but should you come to this island again, please visit us. Plata bowed deeply, then descended the hill towards her village.
Your soul surges in your body.
Level 9. None shall forget. What do we got here? The Shimazu Clan Tournament, Round 1. Let's go for it.
Stands in your way.
Aw, curses. King's Fool. The fool laughed scornfully at me and challenged me to a battle. If I win, I would be rewarded handsomely. Both you and your opponent have a high chance of crushing the other's guard. Defeat your opponent. Oh boy. Let me try this. Oof. Bye-bye. Just board flag. I didn't even notice that. Oh man, that's tough. Have any other weapons? Oh, looks like I lose more health if I use that. Oh, I got the cinnamon. Don't have any mercenaries. Alright. Let's go for it. The Shimasu, a clan in southern Kyushu, famous for their martial arts prowess, were holding a tournament. Your opponent starts the battle with one bar of their soul gauge filled. Defeat them. Oh, excuse me. Bring out disabled. Saw a crowd gathered around a town bulletin board. I asked what the commotion was about and was told that the Shimazu clan, rulers of Satsuma province, were looking for warriors who could display their prowess in a private tournament. They look pretty tough. Anyone's welcome to join. Go in and give it a shot. It won't cost you anything. Wanting to test myself, I signed up and was immediately assigned my first match. I made my way to the specified areas. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about that pose. Oh man, so many quests are opening up for me. Shimazu Clan Tournament Round 2. Uh-oh. I made it to the second round of the Shimazu Clan's tournament, and the air was filled with the sounds of clashing metal. You start with battle with your soul gauge slightly filled. Defeat your opponent. Bring us disabled. After I won my first battle, another opponent was sent to face me. Whoa, you really won. Way to go. Alright then, I'm cheering for you from here on. Turning away from my soul fan to concentrate. I only have one fan, apparently. There's only one guy, who cares? I assumed in read his stance. I only have one fan and his name is Townsperson. Okay. Okay, so. Yay! Whew. Okay. Let me guess. Round 3. How many rounds are there? Yeah, a small dragon expected to beat you with your sword. Lol. Oh boy. Well, start the battle with one bar of your soul gauge filled. Oh boy. This might be tricky. Made it to the second match and a third opponent was called to fight me. Number of spectators was growing. The person I was up against also had the skill to make it this far. I would have to stay focused and aware. We got to each other and made it our weapon. Weapons. Plural. Oh boy, oh boy. How many rounds? Is this best 2 out of 3 as well?
Battle 1. Fight!
No, you don't. Oh, wrong way. No. Oh boy.
You're up and will pay. Come at me.
Oh boy. Woo! That was close.
Battle 2. Fight. Too slow.
Oh boy. Oh boy. No.
Come at me.
Yeah, come at me. Ooh, there we go. Oh man, this is a long tournament. Sheesh. I didn't expect this to be so long. I have fought my way into the semifinals. Spectators thronged the arena, cheering for their favorite fighters. I've been rooting for KD from the start. Heck, I'm the one who told him to join the tournament. It seemed I had attracted no small number of admirers, but their shouts spurred me on. I rated myself. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This might not end well. We'll see.
Battle 1. Fight.
Oh, this guy's Cervantes.
Let's go.
I feel like I pressed my thumb a bit too hard on the triangle button there just then. My controller should be dandy. Oh, tough to beat someone who has two swords. Yep. And I still have the friggin' finals. Both you and your opponent are permanently soul charged. Oh, joy. I have no fool to help. It's do or die. The Shimazu clan's coming. The stage was set for the finale. Oh boy. Here we go. Bring us to staple again. A group of important-looking samurai Shimazu clan retainers sat on a row of stools by the arena, waiting for the match to begin. It's time for the final fight of the tournament. I had come this far. I took on the fighting stance, determined to win. Oh, I did not expect this to go this far. If I lose, I have only myself to blame.
Battle 1. Fight!
Oh, I didn't mean to do that attack twice. Okay. Oh wait! I missed the opportunity to completely do that the right way. Oh no! Took off half my health with that. My turn. Right back at you.
Come at me! Battle 2. Fight!
Ooh.
This is it! Taste power!
Oh!
Eternal sleep!
Oh boy.
Weak! Final battle! Fight! This is it! Brace yourself!
And yeah.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
Oh, I can do a rematch. Okay.
Battle 1. Fight!
Well, I beat him once, so if I can beat him once, I can get him the second time.
Taste power!
Ooh!
Eternal sleep! Weak! Taste power!
Oh, come on!
Eternal sleep! Weak! Feel fear!
Yeah, he already hit me twice. Pretty obviously he was beating me there. Oh, I missed. Stupid me. I did it too soon. No.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
This started going so wrong. Oh, pay times 2. It's going to keep track of all my pills. Oh, there we go. Oh, I found a new... Yeah. Revenge time. Finding new ways to hurt him. Oh boy. Right back at you. We were trying to hit each other with the same move. Oh no.
Weak. You're come at me.
Oh.
Final battle. Fight. Too slow.
Yes. Oh.
Not yet.
Oh, there we go. Third time's the charm. Whew. Okay. That was a toughie. You did it, KD. I always knew I had a good eye for fighters. Never mind the fact that you had to rematch them twice. The judge called the fight and the crowd roared. I was the victor. A samurai seated near the center of the group stood and walked over to me. That was a marvelous display of skill. The Lord wishes to hire you if you are not bound to another. What say you? I declined, stating that I was on a personal mission. The old samurai sighed and handed me a heavy sack of coins as a reward. With someone like you with us, alas, send word if you have a change of heart. The gates of the Shimazu clan remain open to you. Woo! Nelly. That was a rough one. None shall forget. Bounty for scoundrels. Let's go back home. And yeah, let's look at the shop. Let's display, we already got that. I'll purchase some more items. Let's see what we got here. Cover damage, health. I'll take that. Health recovery every 2 seconds. Peel off. 30% health recovered at the start of the round. 20% health recovered at the start of the round. Soul gauge cost -20. Mental T, soul gauge +5 on hits. Soul gauge recovery every 1 second. Flowering tea, green tea, soul gauge increase +30. I'm like, look at this. counter rate. And did I purchase that already? I think I did. Alright. Maybe I'll get this too. There we go. Alright, we're good. None shall forget. Let's see. Yeah. Probably shouldn't. Strength. Let's just continue with the main story for now. There you are. We're already here. Raise the anchor. We're leaving port. I thanked Maxie again for all his help. Don't worry about it. Take a load off and enjoy the ride. Maxie, the interpret merchant Thomas. I happened across a young man arguing with pirates while I was gathering information in the port town. His name was Thomas. He was a tank engine. No, he wasn't. The stage is slippery. Impairing movement, and low attacks do more damage for both you and your opponent. Okay, noted. I was gathering information about the docks when I noticed a sailor staring at the mouth of the harbor, with a true look on his face. That merchant ship's in real trouble. I shifted my attention to the harbor where I saw a European merchant ship on a collision course with a small galley. I asked the sailor why the galley wasn't taking evasive maneuvers. The pilot on that merchant ship is probably in cahoots with the crew of the galley. Truth is, the galley is a pirate ship. Oh, would you look at that? They crashed. What a shame. A sailor with no shirt on. For all we know, it's completely new. Both the merchant ship and the galley, despite being heavily damaged by the impact, managed to make it to the docks without sinking. A young European man stepped off the merchant ship and was quickly surrounded by a group of brawny men. That was disrespectful of you guys. Though I guess we crashed into each other, so we're both at fault. Come to think of it, where's my pilot? Oh, I get it now. He's one of your buddies. He made sure our ships went into each other. The hell did you just say? How dare you accuse us of something like that? Stop, pirate. Adolescent. Oh my, looks like I'm in a real pickle, doesn't it? Let's see. Young merchant surveyed his surroundings before fixing his gaze on me. Hey, you there, would you mind giving me a hand? The pirates turned angry faces in my direction. You're on this guy's side, huh? You're both dead meat. Skinny pirate. Let's give the skinny pirate some more meat on his bones, shall we? Whoa! It's like that one ice stage from SoulCalibur 2. Also, I'm doing a lot of damage. That was quick. Yeah, I'm doing like a lot of damage to them right now. Also, they said low attacks do more damage. There we go. Wait, how many more opponents? This is the last one, okay. Whoa. Woohoo! Oh my, you're quite strong, aren't you? Thanks for the help. The name's Thomas. I'm a merchant from the Netherlands who's scouring the world for hitherto unseen treasures. The Netherlands, a rising power whose ships can be seen across all the 7 seas. As you can see, my pirate vessel isn't fit to sail in its current state. Worse, I'm in no position to pay for the repairs. Would you be able to help me out? Of course I'll reward you later and make the investment worthwhile. What do you say? The young man had a cheerful haughtiness to him, and he was brooding with a strange yet enticing charm. Give him 500 G. Thank you kindly, friend. I'll head straight to a notary and get them to issue a promissory note. Promissory note right away. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. He didn't seem like an untrustworthy fellow, so I told him there was no need for a promissory note. After a brief friendly conversation, we parted ways. I'm well known for being a man of my word, so rest assured that you'll see a nice return on your investment. Alright, Maxie, what you got? I gazed out at the beauty of the Pacific Ocean and took a deep breath of fresh sea air. Humming to himself, Maxie looked pleased to be on the water again. What's up, Challenger? Just joined. Welcome to the stream. And SoulCalibur 6. I'm himself. Okay, well, I read that. Nothing beats the wind and the waves. You know, I was born in the Ryukyu Islands, where you needed a boat to get anywhere, but the sea's always a joy no matter where you sail. I love the sea too. See, you get it. See, you get it. My father was a tradesman hired by the government to operate a merchant ship, so I grew up with a deck under my feet. Being on land doesn't feel right. Ask why he became a pirate, ask about the crew, ask about his fighting style. Here we go. Got a long story short, I just want to be free to travel the world. Before my father passed away, he told me to go out and sail the 7 seas, live life with no regrets. When I first set sail, I understood what it meant. This world is huge and there's so many things to do. Our journey's just getting started. The winds have changed and the sky's looking nasty. The sea's gonna get rough. And he looks so happy about it. He's got like that anime happy face going on. Yeah, those clouds mean trouble. We're gonna have to weather it. Get ready for a wild ride. Normally I'd play it safe, but we're short on time. In for a penny, in for a pound, I say. Hong Wang's proposal. Maxie and Cayenne were right to be apprehensive. A ship headed straight into a storm, and after being buffeted by the wind and the waves, we were left grounded and pondering our next move. What are we gonna do, brother? Ain't got the materials to fix the ship. Brother, some merchants are being attacked on the other side of the hill. Gotta be bandits. What? We gotta do something. Katie, help us out. You out of luck, Kong Wang. This is as far as you go. Yes, you're one of Lin Pei's stooges. You need a better disguise. Your weapon and stance betray you. Doesn't matter, you're still going to die. Gormless. Gormless? That's a new word. You think you can beat me? Hold it. Oh ho. Your timing. This fiend wants the defenseless old me dead. Please help. Leave it to me, old man. You stand back. You have no idea who you face, stranger. Prepare to die. Okay. That's after using Shang Pa's fighting style. I can't take you seriously, buddy. And that's that. You really got me out of a tight spot there. Such skill. Maxie, my friend, I owe you and your companion my life. Do I know you? No, but I know you. I'm something of a dealer in information. I introduce people to mercenaries and bodyguards, so I keep my eyes open for tales of capable fighters. Rumors of you and your crew's exploits, Maxie, are 10 a penny. Right, I think I'm gonna regret helping this guy. He's kinda creeping me out. That ship yours? Yes, ho ho. As thanks for your help, allow me to lend you my services free of charge. I'm getting a money bags vibe from this guy. Maybe it's just the fact that he said free of charge. I could lend you my services for a small fee. The calculating look in the merchant's eyes were a little disconcerting. There was no reason to turn them down. My ship ran aground in the storm yesterday, so I'd appreciate a little help with the repairs. Yawn. Only your service, however. I mean, he's even got a monocle and everything. Yeah, people want you dead. Don't worry, we'll keep an eye on you. In which case, please escort me to the town near here. It's not far, ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. Oh, if Rihanna wants the ship to get started on repairs. Hey KD, do me a favor and go with him. Any more bad guys show up, you know what to do. Keep going and you should get to Yongwang before long. I wanted to get to Yongwang as quickly as possible. Maxie said the repairs to the ship would keep him from moving for some time, so I agreed to help Kong Wang. Yes. You look like a strong sort. I'm grateful for your assistance. Okay, watch yourself out there. Next time we meet, I swear I'll show you how fun sailing can be. In the meantime, stay savvy and say hello to Hogan for me. Alright. A new traveling companion. Our negotiations finished, I accompanied Kong Wang to his tavern, a bustling place where people offering their services negotiated with potential customers. It was there I met a rather eccentric fellow. further now. My shop is just over there. By shop, I mean, well, it's more of a tavern than anything. As I mentioned, I'm what you'd call a middleman. I connect people who want something done with the people who can do it. You could say my merchandise is people, ho ho ho. It was safe to say I didn't trust him. I bet he wanted to appraise potential merchandise when he asked for a bodyguard. It may not be a palace, but make yourself at home. Hey, old man. I know you. My boy Mitsurugi. What do we have here? New blood. Gonna go get some sleep. Alright, night, buddy. Thanks for joining. Have a good night's sleepies. Thank you. See you later. Thanks for joining. What do we have here? New blood. Indeed, I'm quite skilled. Yes, perhaps even more so than you, Mitsurugi. Oh, is that so? Hello there, stranger. My name is Hishiro Mitsurugi, and I'm feeling bored. How about a friendly match? Sweet, we're fighting Mitsurugi. Yeah, I'll probably, maybe go for another 40 minutes and then call it for the night. We've done a lot this game.
Battle 1. Fight! Let me see what you can do!
Oh look, that's 3 out of 5.
Take this!
Gotcha.
Battle 2. Fight! Ready?
Alright. Oh boy.
Ready?
Oh, could have actually followed up with a good combo there. This game really loves this mode really loves the windswept plains as a stage. I just thought of that. How was that, old Mitzi? Yeah. Not bad. We'll get along just fine. Yes, you really are skilled, aren't you? Mitsurugi here is my best warrior, and that's no lie. None of the fighters here are a match for me, so it was invigorating to spar with someone of your caliber for a change. Katie here has some business in Yangguang. Yangguang? What a coincidence, so do I. I've saved enough coin here to continue, so I was thinking of catching a boat there to Japan. What good fortune. Let's head to Yangguang together. Always better to have some company on the road. But of course, I'll always travel with Mitsurugi. Yes, it would be a shame to lose you, Mitsurugi. I'm going to have to rethink my plans. Thanks for all your help, Katie. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Tell him not to forget his promise to help Maxie. Ask about Yangguang. Of course, a merchant's word is his honor. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas.
Your soul surges in your body.
Woohoo! Samurai's way. Let's see. None shall forget. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's continue with Mitsurugi. Across the seas to the east is an island country named Japan. Mitsurugi is what they call a samurai from those parts. I left my homeland to search for a legendary sword called Soul Edge. I am a warrior sworn to the sword. I wanted Soul Edge to help prove that a blade can be stronger than any Tanagashima. However, I never found it. Bah! A dog chasing his tail is more luck than I. Ask about Tanagashima. Why not? That's our name for rifles in Japan. Even the lowliest of soldiers can become a force to reckon with if they have one of them. But the weapon isn't what makes a warrior a warrior. When I return home, I hope to prove this. I shall abandon my search and consider my journey valuable training. Many strong warriors exist throughout the world. If I had stayed in Japan, I would never have known this. I don't know if ships have been sailing from Yangguang. The old man says something peculiar is going on over there, but he's not especially trustworthy. So why do you wish to head there? I told him the commotion in Yangguang was probably caused by the appearance of an astral fissure, and that I sought the power of the fissures. Astral fishes? Never heard of them. Still, the direction we head in is the same, so I shall join you. You have nothing to fear with me near. Astral fishies. Mitsurugi gave a hearty laugh. The road ahead was long and we were going to have to camp on the way. His company was welcome. Yeah, Mitsurugi's company is always welcome. Uh-oh. Got more of this. Hey, wake up! You were screaming in your sleep. It was noisy, so I kicked you until you woke up. Everything okay? I explained to him that if I didn't absorb power from astral fissures, I would die. Honestly, your whole tale is hard to swallow, but I can tell something's got you jumpy at least. Very well, tomorrow we hasten our pace. It had been longer than I realized since I had last absorbed the power of an astral fissure. I needed to get to one quickly. With a growing sense of urgency, I continued my journey. After this battle is over, I continue my journey. Rumors from Yangguang. We stopped off at a village along our way, hoping to find some information on Yangguang and gather supplies. Welcome, welcome. Tavern keeper who has looks like a woman but clearly has a man face. You do not look well at all, Katie. Eat heartily. Get some fire in your belly. Who knows what awaits us on the road ahead? A true warrior must be fully prepared to fight at all times. So in other words, I won't complain if you want to order a feast. We intend to go to Yangguang, but we heard things are rough there. Do you know anything? Mention of Yangguang, the shopkeeper's smile slipped. I hear that things there are quite bad. A number of people were attacked. When they caught the culprit, it turned out to be one of the townspeople gone mad. Soon more and more people began acting strangely. The killings resumed. and the bodies began to pile up. That was when the panic started. You wouldn't think it now, but it used to be the most prosperous town in the area. Some of its residents have even fled here to our tiny hamlet. It was worse than I had expected. Was the astral fissure responsible? My fear for Horan's safety grew. My heart for Horan. I'm in love with him. My fear for Horan's safety grew steadily stronger. I tried to reassure myself that he was capable of looking after himself. I hear the area around Yangguang is teeming with mad townsfolk who butcher anyone they can find. I say this for your safety. Turn back. Your concern is appreciated, but my friend here has no intention of turning tail. Isn't that right? I nodded to the grinning Mitsurugi, but unease swelled in my stomach. The sharp pains in my head showed no sign of letting up either. He has come, just as I expected. Oh, hey, Gro. Because of the astral fissure, I assume. How should we respond? It is too soon to act. Stay your hand. He may be Aswell's creature, and you say we should... He may be Aswell's creature, and you say we should merely stand by? You disapprove my decision? Tracking Aswell is our priority. Besides, he seems to be heading to Yangguang. We can assess the threat there. Understood. Very well. So woman with intense gaze and tan man is still with Ro. Here we go, we made it. We made it to the astral fissure.
Murderer.
Are you okay? You look terrible. While Yangguang isn't much farther, we can rest when we get there. What's that? Help! The man was running toward us from the direction of the town. He seemed to be terrified. He's gonna kill me! Help, I don't want to die! A dark figure appeared behind the man, moving with preternatural speed. The blink of an eye, the figure mercilessly struck down the defenseless man. Yorg! Oh, poor guy. Then the dark figure noticed us. Waves of fury and bloodlust sent a sickening chill down my spine. Without hesitation, I readied my weapon. Oh, no. No. That's when I realized it was Horan. No. Horan has succumbed to the Malfested. Something was very wrong. His eyes glowed like embers, and his face was twisted into a menacing snarl. Blood covered his tattered clothes, barely concealing bulging muscles, which looked more like those of a monster than a well-trained fighter. There was no trace of Horan's calm demeanor and ready smile, but it was without a doubt him. Grr, you. His voice was a bestial growl. A mad grin broke across his face as he licked the blood from his weapon. He stared at me for a moment, then turned and ran toward Yangguang. So that's one of these townsfolk, huh? Vicious. The man Horan murdered lay still before me. I couldn't believe what I had just seen. What's wrong? Still in shock, I explained everything to Mitsurugi. I see. As a friend, you wish to help him, right? That may not be possible. I have fought many a warrior in my time, so I can tell. He gloried in that kill. If he's that far gone, I doubt we'll be able to reason with him. He might be beyond our help. What had happened to Horan? I thought back to what Zasamano had told me.
Many Malfested lose all sense of reason, become violent, and attack people. Astral fissures exude a massive amount of force that will either destroy anyone weak who dares approach it, or turn them into a Malfested.
It was likely that Horan had transformed into a Malfested by the astral fissure in Yangguang. ... While I stood there lost in thought, a young man appeared and approached us. Excuse me, do you know my brother by any chance? A man resembling Horan. He must have been talking about Horan. Looking closer, I saw that the young man had the look of a martial artist to him. My name is Ho Yu. That murderer Ho-Ran. He's my brother. How-Ran. You know what? I think it's How-Ran. How you? How-Ran. How you? How are you? Hmm? How you? How you knelt down next to the corpse of the man from town? He's become something terrible. After a silent prayer, How you slowly stood up. Yang Guang is fraught with danger. Come with me. I tried, but I could not stop How-Ran, so I have a favor I need to ask of you. Judging by his stride, How you was injured. Nevertheless, he appeared filled with determination. How Yu's resolve. Please forgive me for interrupting your journey. I asked him what happened to How-Ran. After my brother returned from his journey, how can I explain it? It all began when he volunteered to inspect an unusual rift that had appeared. Apparently, he had seen something similar on his travels. That was where everything started to go wrong. With each passing day, my brother began acting stranger and stranger. He started to speak crudely and grew needlessly violent. Then one day, he just left. We trained together all the time, but I was too scared to do anything at first. After that, well, you saw for yourself, he became a monster. So many others became like How-Ran, and they began slaughtering each other. However, none could match my brother's martial prowess. I never thought I'd see his training used for such evil. For a short while, we all fell silent. Then How you looked at me, his eyes filled with determination. I practically worshipped my brother. He was always so noble, kind, and strong. He would help anybody who needed it without hesitation. That's why I wish to stop him now. I beg you, kill him. End his suffering. How Yu's injury was no doubt affecting his ability to fight, but his will remained strong. Ask if How-Ran can be saved. Ask if he is sure he wants me to kill How-Ran. Ask if How-Ran can be saved. I searched hard for another way, be it through medicine, magic, anything, but every road led to failure and nothing I could do helped. None in Yang Guang, who suffered the same fate as my brother, could be brought back either. How Yu's expression was filled with pain, but his grim acceptance of the situation only served to emphasize the strength of his resolve. There may still be a way. In Ling Sing Shu, where my brother and I studied, people spoke of a legendary old man who may know how to resist this evil. But the stories about him were always vague, and besides, it would take many a day simply to reach the temple. None of this is easy for me. However, if nothing is done, Yangguang will become a ghost town. And my brother's sins are already too many. Maybe it's Yangguang. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. If he were in my position, he'd do the same thing. How Yu's voice trembled slightly when he spoke. Thank you again for agreeing to help. It must be fate for an acquaintance of my brother to show up during these dark times. For eyes so young, they seemed filled with exceptional resolve. I knew that I too would have to prepare myself for what lay ahead. Here we go. Decisions. Oh boy, you have reduced health and your opponent has increased attack power. You had made up his mind, now it was my turn. How-Ran had fallen victim to malfestation, and I had to decide what to do. That's what I'll do. Hao Yu led us into the forest where he said we would find Hao Ran. Here, this is where my brother and I used to train. The forest was eerily quiet, however I could feel unfriendly eyes following our every move. Grr, you came. Hao Ran stepped out from the shadows.
Draw your weapon. I thirst for blood.
Hao Ran breathed erratically, like a possessed beast, and his eyes were filled with an insatiable bloodlust. He was ready to attack at any moment. Hao Ran, stop all of this already, please.
Hao Yu, give it up. You can't stop me.
I was both shocked and sad to see what Hao Ran had become. I asked him how a warrior like him could lose control like this, and he froze. ...
I may have looked like a decent human being, but I always knew that was not so. Dark shadow dwelled in my heart. I wanted to become like this, to crave the sight of blood, to know the ecstasy of tearing into flesh.
These were the ravings of a madman.
I trained my body and mind to keep the darkness within from escaping. The stronger I became, the stronger the conflict within me grew. Why did I seek strength? Why? Why?
I knew why. Hao Ran readied his weapon and let out a terrifying howl. Do you think yourself a true warrior?
Then prove it. Show me the darkness that lurks inside you.
We all knew it would come to this.
Battle 1. Fight!
Oh boy. Ooh. Oh, I forgot about the unblockable attack. Oh no. Yep, you took out my top pad and shoulder pads. Curse you. I like those. I'm sorry I have to do this. Also, you got really super buff. Nah. Oh, gotcha again. Oh. Woo! Yay! Maybe now we've knocked some sense into him. Hao Ran lay on the floor defeated. My head throbbed and the world spun. I wasn't sure if it was because of the adrenaline or the influence of the astral chaos. I had to decide what to do about Hao Ran. Take Hao Ran's life and end this tragedy, or show mercy. We are showing mercy. That's what we're doing. Because we are good. With a sharp rap to the head, I knocked Hao Ran out. Hao Ran! Despite everything, I couldn't bring myself to kill him. As long as there was hope, I had to try to save him. Carrying the unconscious Hao Ran, we made our way to Hao Yu's retreat. That's that. Adieu. The road to Lingshan Shu is long. We should prepare well. This fool could go wild again at any moment. Perhaps we should tie him up. Mitsurugi hasn't really said much in a while. Kinda forgot you were there, Meets. How you helped me prepare for the journey ahead. Even Mitsurugi did his part. I left the retreat to find horses. My head throbbing with pain, I thought about Yang Guang. Hitting the Ling Shang Su meant giving up on the astral fisher. Suddenly I heard a voice behind me. What do you intend to do with the outsider? A man dressed in black was standing within striking distance. I hadn't even noticed him approach. Tell him you have no idea what he's talking about. Tell him you're going to Ling Shang Su to save Ho Ran. Ask him who he is. Perhaps you don't have anything to do with... Never mind. You must have taken leave of your senses to attempt to help an outsider. That thing is no longer human, and its mind is not its own. How do you plan on traveling in company with a rabid beast? ... Let us make a deal. I have medicine that will temporarily suppress the evil gnawing at the heart of this outsider. It is yours, if you agree to meet me at a place of my choosing after you finish your task. Agree to his proposition, ask if Ho Ran can be saved. Ask what will happen if you decline. Let's ask if he can be saved at least. This medicine will only suppress the evil temporarily. It cannot restore this outsider to what he once was. When you have done what you must do, head west to Crorena. You'll find a ruined castle. What you seek lies there. Oh, and come alone. Do you not understand that you are but one of many who seek it? Make haste! With those final words, the man simply vanished. You can now employ the services of Yang Guang's recruitment agency. There you will find a wide selection of mercenaries you can hire for gold. If you want to do a difficult mission, consider employing the services of a mercenary. Mercenaries are NPCs that can help you on missions. A contracted mercenary will fight in the place of the player for one mission. Contracting a mercenary. Before starting a mission, press options to select mercenary. Select the character you wish to use. The mercenary will fight your opponent before you, and if they win, you beat the mission. However, if they lose, you will have to fight as normal. You can supply mercenaries with weapons and food you have collected. This lets you put weapons that don't match your style to good use. Mercenaries can only be equipped with weapons that match their own style. Weapons equipped by mercenaries are returned to the player at the end of the mission. Items. Let's see. Swiss blade. Ongoing shop. There we go. Mercenaries. No, wait. Here we go, recruitment agency. Okay, we got Scorpion, Starfire, and some clown. That's excellent. Alright, I want Scorpion on my team. I want Scorpion and Starfire. Yeah. Nice. 5 rings, Zehan. Whoop, no. No. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. No. 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 Preparation complete. All that was left to do was depart. Hoban was silent. The medicine had put him into some sort of deep slumber. Hey KD, did how you tell you the news? According to Mitsurugi, the chaos in Yongguang had abated. I'll be staying in Yongguang. A ship should leave for Japan eventually. It seemed this was where Mitsurugi and I would part ways. I want to go with you, but with this injury, please help my brother. How you saw us off as we left for Lingshan Shu. So long, KD, until we meet again. Safe journey and take care. No. Send me back. Send me back. No. No. Oh. No. I want to go back and do those missions. Curses. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's how we do it. Never mind. Alright, we're good. Never mind. I thought I messed up and have to, like, go back. Okay, I get it now. I was unaware that this could be... What's this? Capture the pepper thieves. Capture the pepper thieves. The west coast of the Indian subcontinent produced vast quantities of valuable black pepper. One of its farm owners had a request for me. One moves more quickly but receives more damage from throws. Defeat them. Thieves have been stealing from a black pepper farm, and I accepted a request to apprehend them. I waited quietly in the field for a few hours before I heard several sets of footsteps approaching. As I stood up to challenge them, one suddenly attacked me from behind.
Battle 1. Fight!
That looks like there we go. Yeah. Tried to end it all fancy, but not today. Oh, I didn't even realize until I actually beat him there that, nope. Gotcha. Sweet. I delivered the thieves to the farm's owner. They were, in fact, laborers who had worked there. The owner was clearly pleased and I read that as pissed for a second, and gave me a generous amount of the expensive spice. Woohoo! Black pepper high quality times 3. Eastern coastal plains of India. Fortune's burden, the old man in the map. Let's let Scorpion go at it. While traveling through a port town, I saw an elderly man being threatened by a brute trying to take a map from him. Your opponent has reduced attack power and you knock each other back when either of you lands a hit. Defeat your opponent. Alright, Scorpion, go nuts. I was strolling along the harbor, gazing out at the peaceful sea when I heard quarreling coming from one of the piers. Old man, give me the map already. You should not be so eager for death. Shut up already, unless you want me to take that map off your corpse. I searched for the source of the shouting and saw a large, burly man threatening an elderly gentleman. It seemed that the burly man had noticed me. He turned to glare in my direction. Who are you? You're looking for the treasure too, huh? Please, young man, move along. You shouldn't get involved with this man, or me. The elderly gentleman seemed surprisingly calm, but I couldn't let this ruffian threaten a defenseless old man. I readied my weapon. Alright, Scorpion, go nuts.
This is gonna hurt. Try again.
Come on, Scorpion.
Just die.
I don't but think Geralt probably would have been a better choice for Scorpion. But, oh well. Well, sorry. Yes! Whew. That was actually closer than I expected it to be. Yay! Damn you! I'll remember this, you heard me? You'll get what's coming to you. Man fled into town, cursing me as he went. Thank you, young one. I tend to get harassed by scoundrels like him quite often because of, well, you aren't interested in that. Normally I let them scream and shout, then turn the tables on them if they grow violent. I asked the old man why people were after him. A long time ago, my friends and I braved an ancient ruin in search of fabulous treasures. The price I paid for my foolish courage was my leg and the lives of all my friends. The curse of that horrible place took them all. Even though I escaped with my life, the curse hounds me still. Often greedy fools come to me and demand the map in the hopes that they can claim the ruin's riches. The pained grimace on the man's face spoke of the horrors he had seen. I know better than anyone the terrible fate that awaits all who go to that accursed place. I would not wish it upon anyone, even men like the one you had chased off. However, the old man studied me thoughtfully. Exhaustion and pain were etched in the lines of his face, but a fierce resolve burned in the depths of his eyes. It is time. He reached into his coat and withdrew an old ragged parchment. He held it out, offering it to me. Take it. We've only just met, but my adventurer's instinct is telling me that you are the one destined to have it. Of course, I can't guarantee you'll survive, or even if the tales of treasure are true. However, I'm tired, so very tired. I want to see this in the hands of one strong enough to hear it, and forget everything that happened. Strong enough to bear it. Stupid me, I said hear it. With that, the old man turned and slowly staggered off toward the end of the pier. Cursed ruin and hidden treasure? It all sounded so impossible. Still, something told me that I must pursue this mystery wherever it led me.
Your soul surges in your body.
Woo! Level 12! I think that's actually where I will leave it off for tonight. So, to all those watching this live on Twitch or watching this on YouTube, I thank y'all very much for watching. Next time I should be streaming more of this. I am looking forward to where the story will unfold next, as well as any other side missions we end up going on. Until next time, I'm Kaden at 12, and peace out, y'all. See y'all next time.